Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, let's figure out how many pages your scrolls take before we get caught anything else. It takes a number of pages equal to the D6 plus 1 per spell level minus 1. So, first level spell is 1 to 6 pages, second level is 2 to 7, and so forth and so on. You made 3 scrolls? 2 scrolls.
I had...
You have a tongues and a...
I have tongues, comprehend languages, and there was one other first.
No, you failed the other one. You failed the other comprehend languages. Made a 3, 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a D6 and then a D6 plus 2.
Yes.
So 2D6 plus 2. 10 sheets of paper, 10 more gold. The 5
paper is 2 GP per page.
So 20 more gold.
Yeah.
The 5 was another 10 gold I spent on paper for that spell that I just invented.
Right.
Georg's handy metric. All right.
Excellent.
Where is my accounting? 230 GP today. Okay. And then we're going to go to the coronation. Am I invited to this?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You're required to attend.
Am I? Okay. Am I part of the ceremony?
No, God, no.
Is it appropriate to hand him a gift? I don't have to, like...
It's absolutely appropriate to give him a gift.
Yeah. I think we'll... Okay. All right.
Do you have a gift in mind?
Yeah. I think I'll probably give him my staff. The scepter. We'll see. And then make myself a new one that's better out of iron or something. That's not his sigil.
Yeah.
I think it's a good symbolic gesture. So as cool as that old one is. Cool.
We don't do this anymore. So, his coronation is a quiet affair. All the people are around, but the pomp and circumstance is kept to an absolute minimum.
Okay.
There's just some talking, and someone puts the old Baron Count's crown on his head. Some words are said, and everyone just kind of stands in awkward silence in the throne room as this goes on. There's no music. There's no refreshments. It gets a little hot in the room with all these bodies packed here and the doors and windows closed to prevent outsiders from coming in. Stuffy event. Is there anything in particular you would like to say or do or note?
I don't think I say much of anything. Are people like lining up to give him gifts and like shake his hand or anything? There's no one who puts the crown on his head? Does he get a crown?
Yeah. So each ruler has a different type of crown. I haven't quite figured out where the exact styles, but there is like a baron's crown, for lack of a better term, that you would wear to signify a baron or baroness, and same thing for a count and same thing for a king, because most people don't know what the nobles look like, right? Some random peasant in some no-name village wouldn't know what the count or countess of Thornwood looks like. So you have to have a special hat so that when someone sees you walk by, like, oh, that's an important person. Gotta know. Like, that's the purpose of the crown, of the fancy hat, is so that people who don't know who you are can know who you are. So he definitely has a fancy hat, and you will definitely get a fancy hat.
But that's not today.
No, you get your fancy hat when you ascend the throne in Thornwood. In
Misty Rapids.
Yeah.
Okay. And who puts... Is there like is like a priest that puts the crown on his head here?
No, God, no. Or... He's not letting the gods be above him. He has Haynes put a crown on his head. A big, burly man.
Okay. All right. And then did the nobles come up and like... Is there any procession or anything? Or is it just over and everyone's dismissed?
It's kind of awkward. Haynes puts a crown on his head after mumbling a few awkward words.
Okay, and I think in that awkward moment, I walk up and I hand him this serpentine scepter, that quarterstaff that I made out of bronze. It's like a coiled serpent, and at this point, it has a continual light stone set in the fangs. So I think it was just a regular stone, but it's glowing constant daylight.
So then he sits down in his big chair on the top of the dais in front of all these people with this new crown on his head, holding a serpentine scepter handed to him by this shadowy dark wizard.
Oh God!
And the room is
immediately
just quiet.
I slip back into the shadows and try to disappear.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
The room goes quiet, and one by one,
for all the all the photos he's got his pretty crown. For the painting, there's probably a painter there. Like there will be a painting made.
There's some like courtroom artists who are making some quick sketches, and one by one the other noble families come to lay gifts at his feet.
Yeah.
Just kind of setting them at the bottom of the dais and walking away. A small pile builds up. Most of it's just valuables. Some of it are symbolic things. He doesn't pay too much attention to anyone, or that should be. He pays a lot of attention to everyone, but doesn't really seem to be emotionally engaged with anybody. Just keeps a watchful, suspicious eye on each person.
And so there's no one there. There's no one there that's unusual. It's all like his.
It's all the nobles from around Green County. Yeah.
Awkward. Okay.
Super awkward.
Oh wait, this is even. Do they know who I don't think. Do they know who I am?
Yes. Everyone knows who you are. Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. I am not popular among the nobles, am I?
Or you are not, especially the nobles near Rainwood, who still think that you're involved with or caused the murder of all those people in that house that burned down.
Yeah.
You're definitely an unpopular figure there. And you're an unpopular figure with the nobles who had to lead the attack on Misty Rapids, Misty Rapids, who you murdered a bunch of their soldiers and killed some of those folks.
Oh, nobles from Cauldron will be here too, won't they?
Yeah, they're here too. They're not too happy about any of this, but
oh god, yeah, most of them are probably cousins of like the deposed Baron over there. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Steam House.
Yeah. There's a few steam houses.
And we've ruffled a lot of feathers
people
over
that are
the
underneath the steam houses. There's all the people up in the Rainwood area that are really. So it's a tense affair, and with all the doors and windows closed, it's hot and stuffy, and everyone's sweating, and it smells like unwashed commoner.
The commoners come in too?
God no, but there's just so many nobles that it's just
okay,
gross. And Haynes is there, and he stinks. And eventually it dies down and everyone leaves and a breath of fresh air blows in through the open door. And Baron Song pulls you aside after everyone has walked away and gives you a bit of a talking to, saying, it is time for you to take your rightful position in Misty Rapids.
Your will shall be done.
Have you thought of a name?
Grimgeist is my name.
Nods.
Go Grimgeist.
I shall
give him a nod.
Write up a proclamation tonight. Have it turned over to an illuminator who shall take the appropriate care. And 2 weeks from now, we shall have a similar ceremony for you.
My eyes kind of narrow. This is probably the first time I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't know how the feudal system works. So this is all like news. But I pretend like I know what's going on.
Right.
And nod, but don't say anything. Actually, I guess I will say something. In Misty Rapids?
He nods. I shall be there, as well as all of your subjects. I will bring...
Inhale sharply.
The heads of both Cauldron and Rainwood, your new colleagues.
And my lip trembles a little bit hearing that. We'll make it work. Keep the peace one way or another.
Excellent. So then you have 2 weeks to kill before it's your coronation time. Are there any arrangements you'd like to make? Anything in particular that you would like to set up, or any?
I have to. I don't think I even
want. You'd like to craft for this situation.
Oh lordy. I should talk with Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa. That's the rogue in Misty Rapids, correct?
Yeah, Varissa's your old dead
Ver-
character. Heels.
Yeah, and so I assume Misty Rapids has been in this time. Misty Rapids is cleared out, and so I guess this will be in those 2 weeks. Will probably be me moving in to Misty Rapids Keep. I think I said I was switching over to
I mean, you've been living in Misty Rapids Keep for a while, but you'll moving
upstairs, starting to rearrange.
Yeah,
like he's moved to Thornwood at this point, right?
Yeah, he's moved to Thornwood.
So I basically handed the keys to Misty Rapids, even if the ceremony hasn't.
Yes, and you will also need to figure out a captain of a guard and a gatekeeper.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, does Misty Rapids Keep just clear out, and it's me by myself at Misty Rapids?
No, the serving staff.
Did they go
actually? You know what? A lot of the serving staff is going to go with him.
Yeah, he's probably got all his people he thinks he can trust around him, right? And they all
so he will offer to give you Thornwood's previous serving staff, but
I don't
recommends that you replace them as soon as possible.
I think I like the idea of Misty Rapids Keep just being even more of a ghost town for at least the short term. I will see what happens. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I think in this 2 weeks, everyone chips out. I think Jebib is probably there, right? That commoner from town that occasionally does labor for me. He's like the interim butler who's not very good at being a butler, but he's the only.
It's just Georg and Jebib.
The only. There's, I mean.
It's just Georg and Jebib. All the soldiers leave. All the wait staff leaves.
And I probably don't notice for most of those 2 weeks. So
eventually, you start realizing that
like
no one's making you
slowly
breakfast
shipping
anymore.
Out. Yeah, Jebib has to start doing it. The Knolls, I think, come back to Misty Rapids at some point in this week as well.
Unless do you instruct them? That's
I'm
a conversation
the only one
that they're going to have. So he would want them to be.
He does bring it up. I mean, I think he can't control them, right? They go wherever I lead. So they've been like statues in Thornwood for the past.
They have been following until you go there.
Okay.
They've been following.
I guess I didn't declare it, but I think think that probably the next day, Haines wouldn't have right. They would have been turned into statues in Thornwood.
They would have kept following Haines around until you told them to do something else. So
I feel like Haines would have been like, Georg, make these guys stop following me at some point in like.
Right. So in those intervening weeks, at some point, you get a message from Haines being like, "It's really creepy. These things are watching me sleep every night. My wife can't sleep. The baby's crying.
I feel like that would have been day one. That would have been day one.
That would have been day one. Yeah. So you would have fixed that. That's fine. You got some teleport spells.
That's that I used every day. Yeah, so I was going back and forth. That's probably the one thing they needed me for. So but Song probably wanted them there. So they were there for the week, but eventually I think they will be slipped back to Misty Rapids.
Baron Song wants them to guard his treasury in Thornwood. He considers these his personal treasury guards that he just has to, occasionally go through you to get them to function. So he wants them to guard the treasury in Thornwood. How do you deal with that?
I think he gets one, and I don't know how that conversation goes down. But I'm going to explain. Maybe this is a heated argument. I'm going to explain to him that he can't control them, but I'd be happy to. And we are best off setting them in key positions throughout his county. One on the treasure chamber makes sense, but having two useless statues, right? They'll only change their commands if I'm there to help you orchestrate it.
There are three of them?
There's three of them, yeah. So we probably,
So what are your suggestions for where to put them? One in the treasury in Thornwood, one in the treasury in Misty Rapids, and one where?
To be deployed at your bequest, my lord.
Okay.
But I think realistically, he's probably not gonna maybe initially he's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We're not really in times. We're not afraid of anything right now, right?
No.
Yeah. So I think so this is probably like an hour-long discussion, right? I mean, I don't. Right.
I can't think of anything that he would want done.
Yeah. So I think what winds up happening is he gets to keep one in Thornwood. One of them, we'll keep one in Misty Rapids. One of them gets deployed where it's needed, but realistically, it just goes back to Misty Rapids and sits in the closet.
Actually, hold on. No, he's got an idea. He would like the last one to be deployed on a permanent patrol back and forth on the wall in Thornwood Keep. Not actually doing anything, just walking back and forth over the wall near where the door is, just as like an intimidation factor.
Okay, so at some point, okay, so we can do that. That sounds interesting enough. So we got one patrolling the wall in Thornwood. One is basically standing as it's standing as a useless statue in the treasury. It's part of the treasury.
Right. So the one over the wall, he just wants it to walk back and forth over this like 30-foot section right over the door.
Okay, and that one is wielding a mithril sword and might have an ornamental shield. Actually, if no one's made an ornamental shield, it's probably wielding the sword.
A shield can be gotten for it. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I think I learned a gaze reflection spell, or I made a gaze reflection scroll as well. Does that sound that I had that copied and pasted from my note from my character sheet to the 3, online thing?
4, 5.
Right, that's one more first level spell.
Right.
Did I roll on it?
I don't think so.
I rolled how many do you rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 D100s. One was for 2 are for spell research. 2 were for scroll. Are there more earlier? So I guess I didn't do that one.
No, yeah. We
can do that in a day in the meantime, though.
Right, yeah. Go ahead. It only takes a day, so go forward and roll it. That's okay.
15
success.
Costs 6 gold or 12 gold.
12 gold. Excellent.
So Misty Rapids is a ghost town.
Misty Rapids is a ghost town.
So it's me, one Noel, Jeb. There's probably some animals. Like I had my horse and my cart. Did anything get left behind, or did they just like over the course of the week or two, just they're moving everything out? And it's like
they're moving personnel. They're not going to bother moving material.
Okay, so at that time, I will probably start wizard locking everything. Like every day, I'll probably memorize 1 or 2 wizard locks. And so
wizard lock every door in the keep.
Not every single. I really need all their discriminating door, which I don't know exists. But no. I'll probably wizard lock like all the main rooms. So like where like the war room, Lord Song's old chambers. As soon as he moves out, and so
your new room.
I guess so. Probably
it's
almost
bigger. It's got a bigger, more comfortable bed.
I think I'll change out all the bed sheets and stuff, but
yes. Yes, you don't want Baron Song and Lady Dissect on your sheets.
Do I have... God, I feel like I don't know how long it's going to take Eric to get, like... I think it's just because... I think Misty Rapids Keep just turns into a creepy wizard's tower.
Yes.
Like, we probably start installing walls of iron everywhere. I mean, so 2 weeks is probably only maybe a dozen walls of iron. I don't think I'll teleport much in this time. But we're plating the outside in walls of iron. We're building the teleportation closet.
You're going to plate the keep in walls of iron, or are you going to plate the wall, the palisade wall in iron?
I think the palisade wall is probably priority 1, huh? The keep is stone, correct?
Yeah.
And walls of iron don't block my... Like, I need lead if I want to block scrying.
Right.
So I think wall of ironing the palisade is probably a better security measure, and it'll take. I'm guessing I don't even know how big
time.
Yeah. But that process starts. I think I probably start near the gate, replacing it with iron.
It's probably walls.
Because it can be affixed to other material, so it'll be like set in the ground. Probably it'll go down the first wall of iron will be like halfway in the dirt. It's like 6 feet under. And then we'll build up from there. So this will take a while, but right now it's probably like this half metal, or 2 weeks later it'll be this half metal contraption.
Yeah.
Or are we doing the coronation in Misty Rapids Keep?
Oh yeah.
So maybe I should be more discreet in the 2 week interim. I guess it's only a couple of panels of iron in 2 weeks.
I mean, even one panel of iron is not discreet.
You're right. It's okay. Yeah.
And why would you want to hide the iron?
You're right.
Let's see. Wall can be created vertically resting on a surface.
All this time I've been looking for a location for my soul forge, when it turns out I was just supposed to build the soul forge right here.
The wall inserts itself into any surrounding non-living material if its area is sufficient to do so. So yeah, you can actually insert the wall and it'll like fasten itself to the palisade wall.
Yeah.
And if you want to have the thickness, you can actually make a pretty big wall.
I think I keep it the double 6 inches standard thickness. Is it 6 inches?
It's a half inch per level.
Okay, and I'm level 9.
Okay, hold on. Maybe it's... Oh, shit. I think I might have messed up my measurements.
When we were calculating weights.
Yeah. Well, I guess it didn't really matter in the end what the weights were.
Yeah.
It is... It's a 1/2 inch thick per level, so it's 4.5 inches, not 6 inches. That's my mistake.
Yeah, and this iron will rust over time. That's a
sure.
Yeah, but it could also be dispelled and recast at a future date. Or
yeah,
I think eventually I'll have my fabricate researched, and this will be an even crazier wizard tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So your coronation, anything in particular that you want to do for it? Anything that you think needs to be demonstrated to these other lords?
Oh, there are lords there. Oh, wow.
All the sublords in Misty Rapids will be there.
I think this show of force is subtle. I think they show up and Misty Rapids is being plastered over with iron. I think this Shimra, what do you call it? I mean, a lot of them haven't been to Misty Rapids in the past year or more. Right? I think the
chimera,
carcass, the taxidermized chimera is like stuffed and sitting in the.
Oh
in the
no, they
Great
took
Hall.
that to Thornwood.
They took it.
Oh fuck yeah,
they trucked it off.
Oh yeah, he's not leaving that shit here. He needs to.
I guess it's a bleak party. There will be continual light spells cast throughout the Great Hall to light the ceremony.
Okay.
Maybe with like some like sheets over them if the light is too aggressive. If it's too weird for it to be daylight at the time.
There are 13 noble households under your command now. I don't have names for all of them.
Oh, but these aren't. Oh, but the Cauldron nobles are invited, even if they're not under my command. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Well, there's only the one. So it's the head of Cauldron and the head of Rainwood are going to come, not all of their sub people. And the head of Cauldron is just that one daughter who has been, locked in the castle for years.
And she, I think, like kind of. Look, we were fine. Like she was pretty shell shocked when I first met her. Yeah, I think I had some interaction with her. So she's okay. Yeah, she's. So these aren't a bunch of people like shooting dagger. Well, I don't know.
It's only the people of Rainwood that are.
But they're not here. They were at the last.
The heads of Rainwood are coming to this coronation.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out their name right now.
They'll be scowling at me.
It's Baroness Elizabeth Torden, who is the head. As well as does she have? Doesn't her husband shows up too? Yeah, as well as the captain of her guard and a few other people.
Okay. That's weird. I think this is all very weird to Garrick that these people bothered to come all this way. I think it's just a very quick ceremony. Yeah. Is there I guess I would know what to expect from
Who do you want to put the crown on your head?
That's what Song 100%, isn't it? Isn't he? Yeah, he's got to raise me to noble at the same time. Is that like a thing?
Yep.
So does he have to? Is there like 2 ceremonies? Is he like?
Well, so he's not really supposed to do that. That normally is something that the heads of state agree on.
Who are the heads?
Emergency, the queen, right? In an emergency situation, a count could do something like that, but this is highly irregular right now. This is the equivalent of this is a questionable executive order that might not be upheld by the courts. Were this in the modern system. But of course, the world's falling to pieces, and no one's going to question this executive order. So,
yes, truth is dead. Ain't no paladin going to come knocking on your door.
And if they do, Eric's just going to kill them.
All right.
Okay. So that gives you 2 weeks of other thing. Oh, but you're doing the research for.
I think I'm researching fabricate. Which will get interrupted, and redecorating Misty Rapids keep. So that was in the 2 weeks. It's redecorating the keep,
right?
And fabricate research, I think, is part of that redecoration.
Right.
That's
so
what I spent it.
3. Okay, and I think you get talked to on the 9th.
So when was my coronation?
That was on the 26th of November.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's fitting to just kind of breeze over that as a scene, unless you feel otherwise. I think it is a pretty a lackluster event.
Right. I think the only reason to go into it
formality
would be if you had some very specific ideas.
I don't like bite a bat's head off on stage or anything. I think it's like in contrast to most of the rumors shrouding Georg in most it's
right, but you're not going to have any armed guards around you. You don't have any soldiers. It's just you in this big empty keep where everything's magically lit, and there's like walls of iron starting to form around the edge of the keep, and everything's a ghost town. And
there would have been I think Lord Song would have brought most of his entourage from Thornwood, and they would have served as like I don't know what like his old stable boy would have been brought back from Thornwood to, or whatever. His old gatekeeper might even be there, like greeting nobles as they come in.
His gatekeeper's got to stick.
Is that left to me?
That's left to you. You get to appoint whoever you want.
Okay, so it's probably Jebib dressed up in a suit. And I like gave him a couple hours long lesson on how to like cover up his hick accent, but it didn't stick very well.
Okay.
So I think it's only about a party of about a dozen. I mean, I arranged for there to be like, is there food? The people are staying at the keep in this, or they're invited to, but no one probably is.
Yeah, they're probably
like,
not staying at the keep
as well. Like the ceremony
not
itself
unless
is
you
only
prepare
a few
one.
minutes.
Everything, all the preparations are up to you. And so unless you say something, people are just going to show up and then go home the same day. There's no feast prepared unless you take the time to organize a feast.
No, I think it's like I think it's like a non-event. We like assembled the nobles to see an audience.
Right.
Crown put on head. Everyone goes. I try and make it not awkward, but I don't know how to organize these events. So I think we'll see what they say. We would hire enough like retainers or whatever to. And like I said, I think most of them would come from Lord Song.
Right. He just brings his
dress up commoners in suits, which I can take. I mean, we're gonna have to totally rethink cost of living expenses, right?
Well, what we're gonna do for you is you're gonna have monthly income based on taxes that you collect, and then you're gonna have monthly expenses, or 3/4 of that are spent on upkeeping things. And then you'll have a set amount of disposable income that just comes in every month for you.
I don't get to negotiate those margins.
You can up the tax rate if you'd like, and you can spend less money on things if you want. If you don't want to have as many guards protecting the town, you're free to, fire some people. And if you don't want any soldiers, then it's going to be, there's a lot. In fact, I can take a look at how much money you should be.
Does Jebib have a family? Or is he the...
Jebib
can't even remember.
Does no. He's single.
Okay.
That was why he was such a good target for you to murder.
Are you sure? I don't you remember I tried to murder him and I critically missed, and he was talking about his family as I was trying to bash him over the head or something?
Maybe. That actually sounds familiar. All right, he does have a family.
Yeah.
All right, so your income, your yearly income is 91,000 gold, and then 3/4 of that are spent on what it needs to be what you need to pay out to pay your town guard, to pay your sheriff, to pay for fixes to the roads, to pay all the things that just come with running things.
But right now I don't have a sheriff. Is the town guard still in? Who was Vanessa was acting sheriff, wasn't she? If not, she might become that. But who was in charge of the town guard in Misty Rapids?
The new sheriff is... The new sheriff is Darren.
Were any of the clergy at the ceremony? I think I would have invited... Yeah, chat was asking about...
Mother Emma?
Priestess. Yeah, I would have invited Mother Emma, I think.
Sure, that's fine.
And the clergy of the town. I don't know if there are any... Like, I don't know any of
Mother Emma's the only cleric left. There's other priests. There's lots of priests around. So they can all be in attendance.
What's going on at the Temple of Purification? I don't know if they all would be in attendance, but I think there would be some people would come in from Misty Rapids, I think, for the coronation. It may even be open to anyone. I don't know if there's...
That's up to you. Do you want it to be open to the public, or do you want only the nobles and the clerics to be there?
It would be, I don't think it would be open to the public, but is there a middle class in Misty Rapids?
No.
Thing?
You've got some... The merchants are the middle class.
I think we would want to... I think we would try and fill the keep of Misty Rapids for the afternoon, if that's possible.
Sure. So you can bring all the priests and clerics, and you can bring in the wealthier business owners, and Vanessa and the sheriff.
Yeah, I don't even know who the sheriff is, and he stays the sheriff, right?
He belongs. Yeah, he's the sheriff of Misty Rapids town.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And I guess if I'm the one organizing the invite, it's vacuum cleaner. Can you hear that?
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine.
I think it's vacuum upstairs.
Um,
there, it's done. All right. If I'm the one sending out the invites, it would probably be like the jeweler as well. Like we just pad it with people from town, I guess, so that it looks like, so that it isn't like a super awkward, quiet event, but it's still got to be eerie as a noble riding up to Misty Rapids Keep and seeing the change.
Yeah.
It'll be very sparsely decorated, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
But the forge is hot.
Okay, and then we have 3-4 weeks, but you're just doing all of that as research on Fabricate, which is then going to get interrupted.
I think you're going to have 1, 2,
3. You're going to have just shy of 4 weeks of research on Fabricate before the next and last thing that we need to play out.
Are there nothing eventful is happening? Like there's not like word. I guess I'll be in touch with Vanessa in this time. Like at some point I'll invite her up to the Keep for dinner if she'll accept said invitation.
Sure. Who's going to make
and
you
her
dinner?
And I can chat. Yeah, I need to get like how do I? There's no takeout, right?
No takeout.
So I think I'll hire.
You're like a mile from town.
Yeah,
it takes you
I think I would have. I think I'll hire some kind of cook. Garrett can't cook. It's not as proficient. He doesn't have that proficiency, right? I'd have to roll at -4 or something.
Yeah.
No, I hire a chef at some point for some of this.
Okay.
Can I shell out gold for that? But I don't think anyone. I don't know if anyone permanent. Jebub and his family. No, Jebub's family. They can. Oh God.
So at some point you're going to need to hire staff. And you're going to need
skeletons
to hire
and unseen servant.
So you can invite Vanessa over and have Jeb cook for the two of you if you want.
Yeah, I think that's what goes down at this point.
Okay. So what do you want to say to Vanessa?
I want to the usual. Like I want to check in on her for rumors, but I guess instead of me heading to her place for once, we can meet at the sparsely decorated Misty Rapids in the Great Hall. I don't know. I just want to. Maybe I already said this, but I do want to wizard lock all of them. I don't know the total layout of Misty Rapids, but my library is probably going to start spilling out into the whole keep.
That's fair. You could turn the war room into a research library.
Yeah, absolutely. The extra books that were crowding the closet are moved into the war room, so those are wizard locked. All the windows are going to be wizard locked.
Okay, so Vanessa tells you about the troubles that Shirebrook has faced with the Baron there. The Baroness was killed, and then a new Baroness arrived, and then Sheriff Tyrus Bellows, arrested her, brought her to the Count of Split County over in Newfort, and then they tried to arrest Tyrus, and he fled, and then a dwarf was posted as interim guard or interim what do you call it? Interim Baron, and then
it sounds like pretty much business as usual for the whole kingdom over the past month or so.
So you'll hear more about the crazy shit that's going on.
Tyrus Bellows may pique my ear, but it sounds like he fled town.
Yeah, it sounds like Tyrus was under arrest and has vanished.
He's on the lam.
No one knows where he went.
It's kind of like good riddance. I do want to ask. I am curious whatever happened to Demon Eye, the cursed dagger. But I think he dealt with that. We'll
yeah.
Yeah. So get lost, Tyrus.
Okay.
Anything? I guess I was more worried about rumors from the west, from Stromheim. Have they heard news of Song secession? Is that even on their radar? Like
Stromheim is still closed. The walls have been shut for a couple of months now. They are allowing food in and out, but it's a little hard to get information through.
Okay, so they may not even. It may be even a long time before they find out.
Yeah, they've got their own set of problems, and everything to the west is just things are fucked up. You hear word of all sorts of nobles all over the place dying, and monsters kind of coming out of nowhere and attacking things here and there.
So it seems like we got away with this.
Yes, in this moment of chaos is exactly why you're getting away with all these things. And then we'll just skip ahead until the 9th.
I think I will. I think at some point during that, I'll send her home with. Do I want to start paying off? I think I would want to send her home with some of those, like some of the steel bars that I've made in the forge as like a
Okay.
Probably the first batch of magic steel passes hands this night, and I don't know if there's
just a block of steel.
Yeah, I think it's probably just in like I've probably smelted it down, gotten rid of all the oxide, refined it into like a steel. It's basically like set a mini little blast furnace, small batch steel making in the forge. So think like I've probably been able to put together that first wall into a bunch of ingots of think stainless steel or something, like basically like stainless, little bricks of it.
Oh.
Which I'll hand to her more of as a gesture or anything. I don't know if she'll find a.
So these are 99 point. These are 99% iron, 99.99.
Maybe I can't help but show that off at this point of the night. And eventually, I'm imagining minting coins out of this and using that to pay my servants. I'll have to decide what goes on the face of these coins. And I'm trying, and maybe trying to send the signal for her to ramp up whatever efforts she has going. I don't know that she seems to be in the business of information and black market dealings, so we can.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how.
Seems like an ally I'll need to have.
Doesn't tell me how heavy an iron ingot is, because it doesn't really matter. Centimeter.
I mean, you can
make them.
I
in
don't
any
know if ingot
size.
is a standard size. Yeah, I think it's just a bar of. I mean, total. There's total. How many did we wind up getting? And there's probably some. Maybe to reduce that by a quarter for the refining process. I don't know how much. Well, it's pure iron, right? It just rusted.
Pure iron. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So I can extract most of that. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to go too far into the depths of calculating these things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's skip forward to the 9th of December, the next important conversation that comes up.
Sure.
And that is when. What do you leave the keep door, the palisade wall door shut?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've had any visit. I think I invited Vanessa up to one. Is there a back door in the keep? There's just I've now wizard locked the dungeons as well.
Right.
Wizard locked the dungeons for sure, including that back entrance.
So if someone comes to try and get an audience with you there, and you're inside, you'd have no way that someone is trying to talk to you.
I think when I was expecting Vanessa, I probably opened. I can use knock to open and close it, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's probably what I mostly do to open and close the door. So when I had invited Vanessa, I would,
Okay.
I think it would have, I probably would have manually opened. Like one person can open and close the gate, right?
Yeah.
So for Vanessa,
if a random person that you're not expecting wants to talk to you, they're just stuck outside the keep shouting until you hear them. So that's why this is why nothing has happened in these couple of weeks. There might have been all sorts of things, but you're locked in your wizard tower and no one can get to you, and no one really wants to get to you.
That's why I brought Vanessa in, to let me know that the outside world hadn't gone to shit. It sounds like we got away with this and everything's fine, and I can just keep researching my spells, and this is great.
Yeah.
Everything is great.
Yep.
The world's not burning down around us.
Nope. But eventually you are maybe going outside one morning to cast another iron wall spell. And as you walk outside of your palisade wall, you see a person sitting on the ground. And they kind of perk up as the gate starts to move. And it is a woman.
I don't think do I notice them from inside? I'm outside the wall. I probably
No, she's leaning against the door to the gate. So you have to as you open the gate, she gets up and moves away.
I don't know that I do bother to open the gate every day. I think I'm
a
lazy wizard.
The wall from the outside?
I probably feather fall off. I probably don't want to waste.
Yeah, no one's going to waste spells.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
I was imagining wizard, no one around to watch. I just feather fall, hop over the wall, dimension door back in.
I think it's just easier to walk outside the gate.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm opening the gate to walk out and put in a new iron wall. And there's someone sleeping against the gate like a hobo.
Not sleeping, just resting against the gate. It's a woman. She's wearing normal clothing. She looks like a peasant or a commoner of sorts. Not as dirty as a peasant, some sort of commoner. And as she sees you, she backs up maybe a good 10 or 15 feet, and gives you a polite bow of the head while maintaining eye contact to make sure you're not about to stab her in the face.
Well, she was roused by me opening the gate, right?
Yeah.
So I probably walked down from the gatehouse to see her standing there.
Yeah.
Who are you? I narrow my eyes at her, and then realize that this is I'm basically I am Baron now, right?
You are Baron. You are Baron. Wraithgeist, Ghostgeist, Grimgeist.
Grimgeist.
You are now Baron Grimgeist.
Yes.
So this
woman. I guess there's a new Lord Grim up in the keep at Misty Rapids. I don't even. It's been how many weeks since?
Since
I
what?
think since my coronation. 2 weeks, and I probably haven't been to Misty Rapids. I think I've been avoiding Misty Rapids. I really need to reach out. Okay, but this could be some like panicked messenger from the village or something, being like,
yeah.
All right. Anyway, okay.
So you see this woman. She backs up. She gives you a bow, keeping eye contact. What do you say?
I said, "Who are you?" in a rather rude manner. Then that's what I went off on that internal monologue,
right?
Because I realized how rude it was. Maybe potentially.
Excuse me, Lord. I have a message. I take it you are the man they know as Georg?
This is the first time a commoner has addressed me since my coronation, and they just call me by my real name with no respect.
No honorifics.
Yeah, no. I ask again, who are you? And I think I walk towards this person.
She stands deathly still.
Okay, I think I do like a creepy circle of her as I inspect her. I'm like, she comes to me, if she knows my real name and is willing to say it to my face, this could be like an agent of mass. So I want to like roll a perception check, see if she's got any weapons.
Sure.
Probably after a minute, I may start casting spells, but for now, let's just do like a regular old circle. Yeah. Does she appear to be armed? Does she have any sigils on her? And does she answer my question? 31. Okay. All right. Any hidden knives or anything?
She's carrying a short sword at her side. Her clothes are fairly common. She's got like a padded gambeson that she's wearing, but it's not, it looks just like a nice heavy padded jacket. She has a large bag that is resting against the wall. Looks like it has food and supplies in it. You can see some water skins resting nearby.
Any spell components or holy symbol?
No spell components, no holy symbols. She's
could be anything in that bag.
Youngish woman in her 30s somewhere.
Got up security around these places. On this place, I shouldn't be answering the door by myself.
Absolutely not.
Oh God, does this keep turning me paranoid like Baron's song? What's in the walls? What's in the bed?
All these thoughts are flying through your head as you pace around her. Eventually, she has the courage to speak up and say, I have a message for you. There is
I never told her. I asked her who she was, and she just first said, "I have a message for you," assuming that she's found the right man. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
I bring a message for you from Shirebrook.
Shirebrook.
Yes, there have been things happening there. You can notice she's sweating a little bit, looking at you as you pace around her.
I heard
strange things.
I take a step back. Who sent you? Who do you serve? I'm going for my waist. Not really sure what to, I don't have many friends in Shirebrook.
A member of the town guard. I've been dispatched to ask you to
I think I clutched the hilt of my dagger. Did Tyra send you? I take a step back.
No, sir. No, sir. He's gone. Tyrus has left town.
I think I probably cast his place self, I think, on myself. Is that such as verbal? There's material as well. Yeah, so I start casting display self. I'm not sure if
she keeps speaking. Her nervousness is palpable and making things very uncomfortable. I'm coming because
Small so the material and verbal only, is that a typo? So I think I just mutter arcane words under my breath, make some slip of leather disappear, and then I like shift out of existence as she's speaking and reappear like some few inches.
Yeah, she just
from
darts
where I
around
was.
looking at you. The Baron, not Baron, there have been some problems, and Shirebrook is in trouble, and the wizard there, his name is Malachi. He's asked me to come and ask you to come and visit with him.
Who the hell is Malachi? You mean
a
Aldrich?
Great and powerful sorcerer. Aldrich is dead, or missing, or something. I don't know. He's gone.
Aldrich's dead?
Or missing. He vanished, leaving all of his things behind, and no one knows where he is. A lot of people think he's dead. He disappeared.
What are you on about? You're sweating. Here, I like maybe pull out a paper towel. I probably. She seems legit. Could I roll a charisma check to see if she's lying? I wish I still had that ring of true seeing. I probably don't have the ESP memorized.
You can't roll a charisma check to see if she's lying.
Yeah, okay. That's a little
that's a little 50.
That's a little 5e. Yeah. I do have an ESP memorized. I'll cast ESP as well.
The sorcerer Malachi has asked me to bring you to him.
Like she's not getting out a lot of some like. Yeah. Okay. So So I asked what her message is, and she says, "So yeah." She says again, the sorcerer Malachi asked me.
He said something about shadows and planes, different planes of existence. I think, and oh god,
okay. So at this point, I'm ESP. So I've like mutter some words, flick some coin, a copper coin out of existence in front of her.
Her thoughts are, "Oh my god, he's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. Is this spell going to kill me?"
So she realizes I'm casting spells.
Okay, this isn't okay. I'm still alive. What? Okay, I just got it. Oh my god, what am I supposed to say? I've completely forgotten what I'm supposed to tell him.
She doesn't seem like she's like some agent. This is just some poor messenger. That guy.
Yeah, and she's freaking out.
Doesn't serve Tyrus. She was from the town guard, which is what set me off. I felt like Tyrus. I don't know. Okay.
I just
she came here on foot.
You don't see any pack animals or any animals. There's
okay.
There was a whole bunch of people disappeared in the town. They just vanished. There was a thick fog, and then the people just kind of faded into the fog and disappeared. And
calm down. Did you walk here from Shirebrook?
Yes, my lord. Yes, sir.
You must be. You must have quite a thirst. Come, I'm sorry for the paranoia.
Okay.
Rest up, calm down, and then get your words out. And
I've been waiting for a better part of a day.
How long have you been out here? I look up and around.
I arrived yesterday, but I couldn't. I knocked and I shouted, and no one. The gate wouldn't open, and I didn't want to climb the walls. Figured that would be wrong.
All right, so I think I'll bring her into the Great Hall, give her some water and food if she's. I'll find. Is Jebeb?
Jebeb's back in town, man. He doesn't live here. He's got a family. What?
I thought he was here every day. I probably yell at him every time he's not there, just like Song would yell at me.
But he's got he's got a family to take care of and feed and do things with. So he's in town, and then we'll come out for you occasionally.
So she probably gets some water and some cheese or something.
She's got some food
pantry.
with her.
Yeah. And then I try and let her she was just stammering and not getting a lot of information. What is she? I mean, she's clearly trying to deliver some message from. What do they want though?
They wanted to speak to you because you know things.
Is there does she have a piece of paper I can take from her, or she's just a verbal messenger? This is why you send a piece of paper. You end up with a stammering commoner. So what? So that's so. Is this your job? Are you a professional messenger?
No, sir. I'm a town guard.
Oh, that's right. You said that. How?
Please, Master Malachi would like very much to speak with you about the shadows and the curse of the Shadow Mountains.
Master Malachi? What?
He's a great and powerful sorcerer.
Did I hear that? Did I hear that name once? Did I ever hear his name from Randall? Like what I'm.
No, Randall doesn't know shit about
Shadow
Malachi.
Mountains. No, Randall had mentioned to me once offhand that Aldrich's apprentice was researching this curse of the Shadow Mountains.
Aldrich doesn't have an apprentice. Yeah.
No, but that's how rumors go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This definitely, I remember this happening.
Okay.
I was talking with Randall at one point before shit hit the fan. And he was like, the curse of the Shadow Mountains has been disappearing villages. But don't worry, Aldrich's apprentice is on it. Or some old man wizard gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm still confused. So Aldrich's dead. And this is his apprentice?
No, it's Rohana's apprentice.
Eyes narrow at this. I keep my blank face. She couldn't know though.
They said that you were the one to. I was told that you were the one to talk to bring to. There's a lot of rumors going around.
Okay, so over the course of this conversation, probably recalling the rumors that I got from Vanessa the other day. Can I piece together that like something happened in Shirebrook? And
well, she's trying to tell you about things happening in Shirebrook. She's trying to tell you that there was these shadows and all these people disappeared and there was this mist and the Shadow Mountain curse is coming real and all the nobles are dead and she's stammering this thing out. And maybe
so she's
like
babbling
15
at my
minutes.
kitchen table. But,
well, yeah, you're this scary ass wizard who walks around in circles and casts spells at her and question her on everything. And after like 15 or 20 minutes of this stammering conversation, which is punctuated by you and long periods of silence, she has this like what do you call it? A eureka moment, and hurriedly reaches into her bag.
I maybe jump at this, and then
she pauses as you jump, and slowly pulls out a candle and places it on the table before you.
What is this?
A gift from
from
Malachi as a sign of his goodwill.
I look suspiciously at her. Don't touch it.
Hold it and snap your fingers, Lord.
I take a step back at hearing this. Do I have a detect magic memorized? There's no. Without reading any writing written on it, is there any writing written on it?
No, it's a candle.
Okay, nothing carved on the side if I were to investigate it.
Ordinary wax candle.
Spells. I do have my magic stick that I could kill her. Detect magic do not have memorized.
I mean, you've got true seeing.
I'm not going to waste a soul on that.
You can always take.
I think I take a step back and say, "You pick it. You pick it up." And maybe I'm going for my wand.
She snaps her fingers, and the candle pops into, lights it up. A little flame appears on the top. She blows it out. This is a gift.
Peculiar.
A gift for you.
What?
As a sign of goodwill. And to show you who he is, really.
For my coronation? I say, like, scratching my head. I didn't get any other gifts, did I?
No.
I guess I reach out and cautiously pick it up. I make sure it didn't look like there were any runes, but I was worried that there would be like some sort of explosive runes written on the side of it or something along those lines. I like give it a check to make sure that I was just being paranoid.
It seems like a normal wax candle.
I guess I'll
give it a try.
I'll give it a try and snap my fingers. Right. I don't think I have my deep pockets cast, so like my spell books are probably sitting upstairs.
Sure. The candle springs to life, a little flame dancing on it.
Cute. Did he make this?
I don't know, my lord. Probably. He's a powerful sorcerer.
Leaving the candle lit, I set it back on the table.
What should I tell him?
I'll probably speak with him before you. Do you need some gold? Do they tip you? I have to say you're not the best messenger I've ever interacted with. Do you know how to write? Does he? Why? Just send a letter. Anyways, I shoo her out the door at this point. If she's make sure she finishes her drink.
Stammers. Should I? What should I tell him?
I told you it doesn't matter. I'll speak with him before you do. Now.
But I need to return with a message.
Tell him. Oh God! Try and shoo her out the door.
All right, you successfully shoo the woman out the door. As soon as she gets outside of the keep, she doubles her walking pace to a speed walker, not quite a jogger, and takes off.
I think I stand there in the open gate, watching her take off. Yeah. I'll finish my wall of iron. Shut the gate. If I memorized I assume I memorized for the day.
Yeah.
Memorize spells for the day.
Yeah, you cast your wall of iron.
I'm gonna want to scry on Shirebrook. But I think that'll have to wait until the day after this message was received.
That's fine. What would you like to try?
I think I'll spend a whole day scrying. So I'll probably spend a couple of my 3rd level spell slots on clairvoyance.
Okay, and this is where the what do we call it? The setback for your fabrication spell starts kicking in.
Probably, yeah. So the next day I will be scrying on Shirebrook. Probably first an aerial view.
Shirebrook looks pretty normal. Everything's intact. The town is more or less how you've seen it in the past. There's ships bobbing out in the water and in the river. The docks are there. The keep is there. It's kind of a foggy day, but nothing.
It's not overrun with refugees.
There are people in the streets. There are a lot of folks around, but it doesn't look. From your aerial view, you can't tell too much.
Okay. So I'll check around the city. Oh, by the way, there was probably a discussion on some other show about scrying and being noticed, and we've talked about it here before too. I was going to argue that I think if you're scrying on a crowd, so where the getting noticed comes up is with the crystal ball spell, right? And that scries on a specific person,
right? And
then clairvoyance says
it creates a similar sensor. That's fine.
Yeah, but it doesn't scry on a person; it scries on a location. So I would think that if you're looking at a crowd, you're not targeting an individual person. It's kind of like an AoE. So until you can identify, I think it would be like when you can identify an individual person, right, and they get a chance to identify you. But if you can just see a crowd,
right.
But as soon as you ask, can I spot so-and-so in the crowd, that so-and-so, if they are there, would get the save, right?
Yes.
Be like, do I notice that I'm being scried on? But from here, I get an aerial view of Shirebrook. I can't identify individual people.
Right.
So why would they check to notice?
Right.
So I think that would resolve the whole, does everyone in the crowd get a saving throw?
Right.
I think unless I could pinpoint that someone was at that location, why would they be able to? Yeah. Okay. So that would be my argument.
So you scry on Shirebrook, you see the whole town, you see all these people moving around. It looks more or less intact. Doesn't seem like anything's out of place from your aerial view. What are you? You know what? Why don't we take a break here anyway? We're actually a little bit over our breaking point. And when we come back, we'll do a short Georg thing just to figure out what we're doing next. And then we'll roll into Mama Beatrix.
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that. Someone vacuuming upstairs. I guess
no worries.
See if they move.
So we'll be back in like 3 to 5 minutes, and we'll finish up Georg's plans, and then we'll move on to Mama Beatrix. So see you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.